Hello, and welcome to Arctic's Cool Game Facts. This week we'll be covering Knights of the Old Republic. Yes, the old Star Wars game from, well, let's just say it was made by BioWare and published by LucasArts. It was released for the Xbox July 15th of 2003. It came out on PC November 19th of 2003 and has since then been released on Mac, iPhone, iPad, Android, yeah, pretty much everything but Sony. Because why would you want it on Sony? No, they just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do the extra work. They already had experience doing it for that stuff, and there's no reason to port an ancient game. Because think about it, it is, I don't know, like 13 years old? No, 12 years old. 12 years old. I can't do math! Anyways, it is one of the best games in the world, in my opinion, and has actually been ranked third best game of the decade by IGN for 2000 through 2009. So there's something. So the reason why Knights of the Old Republic is based 4,000 years in the past is actually because pretty much they were given an option. You can either they're basically told you can either make the movie on Star Wars Episode 2, The Clone Wars, or you can make it 4,000 years in the past because we don't have a lot of stuff covering back then. And they're like, more creative freedom? We'll take it! And the rest is history. The character, Juhani. I really hope I said it right. Juhani. Well, she was a lesbian. But there was an error initially in the game where she could still be romanced by male characters that was fixed in later editions and patched out on the PC versions. But in the early Xbox ones, if you can get one of the old original copies in the Xbox, you can romance her. Romancing a lesbian 101. When you get near the end of the game, if you don't want to face Malak because, he's kind of an unrelenting badass, you can get around this by plugging an extra controller into your Xbox into port 4 and holding down L, R, and, the left bumper, right bumper, and Y on both controllers. Then when you go in to face him, he will be a green dancing Twi'lek. You can do the same thing on PC, but rather than doing all that, you can just type in Dance Dance Malak. I guess it would make it kind of some sort of Dance Dance Revolution. Several sections of Tatooine ended up being left out of the game just due to time constraints, because they wanted to keep the length of the game down to under a certain amount, and their time for making it. And originally, the star map was supposed to be in the Sarlacc pit. Yes, in the Sarlacc pit. There was going to be a way to get in the Sarlacc pit without eating. You would go underneath it, and there's a couple other things, like you become the Messiah of the Sand People, and some really cool things, but unfortunately, just due to the time, we weren't able to put it in there. It's kind of sad. I've always wanted to know what the inside of a Sarlacc is, or what it looks like. I guess I'm going off to Tatooine. When you're about to enter the Rancor room on the Taris Setsuers, wow, I cannot believe I ruined that. Oh, it's so horrible! And you pick up the synthesized odor and all that stuff in the grenade. Well, you're supposed to kill the Sarlacc by putting the grenade and the synthesized odor together. But there's a bug where you can kind of sometimes just get away with putting down the synthesized odor, and he'll walk up and automatically die. And you can save the grenade for later. So, kind of a cool little trick. I'm not sure if you consider that a cheat or a bug, but still. So, the script for all of the dialect in the entire game took 10 5-inch binders to fit. Took them forever to record most of it. Yet another thing left out of the game due to time constraints was the Hut. Basically the Hut planet. It was going to be basically the most industrialized world in the game, with all this cool stuff. The biggest level is going to be a massive coliseum where they would pit gladiator slaves against each other. So awesome, but they left it out due to time. So, just about any gear you were given that you don't want to give back, or, kind of like Sith clothes, which you can kind of pick that up from killing them, really, or Sand People stuff, clothes, stuff like that. If you equip it to another party member besides the main party member before you go turn in the quest, most of the time you can keep it. But if it's on the main character, well, you'll lose it. A cool little reference to the original Star Wars movies, um, mainly A New Hope, really. In the torture scene on the Leviathan, Saul asks the location of the Jedi compound. One answer choice you have is to say it's on Alderaan, not Tatooine, which refers to when Leia said it's the rebel base was on Tatooine, not Alderaan. The game engine used to make Knights of the Old Republic was really a retooled and rewritten version of the engine used for Neverwinter Nights, which you can kind of tell in the gameplay and the way everything moves. It was just kind of retooled and increased the details. And in fact, the detail in the game was a lot higher than most games of that time. In fact, even now, it's a 10-year-old game, 12-year-old game, and I've loaded it up, and it doesn't, you can tell it's aged, but it doesn't look that bad. Kind of looks almost like an a modern indie game. Anyways, thank you for watching Arctic's Cool Game Facts. I do apologize for the audio on Iana's Game War this week. That was a mistake with my new mic and my other mic and my recording software. I just didn't have time to fix it all. I am sorry. Don't give her any blame. Give it to me. It's my fault. I'm the one who sets everything up. She just sits behind the computer and does it. I didn't sound check it like I did mine. So, I'm sorry. Anyways, feel free to go ahead and click that big red subscribe button. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions for a game you want me to cover, just leave it down in the comments below, and I will get to it. Most of the time, if I see someone comment a game, as long as there's not like 2 commented in the same week, I'll probably do that the next week, as long as I can find stuff on it. So, take your chances. Feel free. Until next time, have fun. Bye!